Hello, welcome back to Becoming Better Together. I'm your host, Brie. Let's go ahead and get started. Have you ever heard an analogy from a mentor, a parent, somebody from your past that has just stuck with you for years? Mine is about eagles and ducks, and it was from a mentor when I first started finance that I think about all the time. And the question is, are you an eagle or are you a duck? Hang in here till the end of this if you want some journal questions, because you know I will have some for you to really get you thinking. All right, are you an eagle or a duck? When I first started finance, I was privileged because I got to train under somebody that had been doing it for like 45 years, and I got to just absorb all of his knowledge when I landed in Ohio about 7 years ago now. His name was Gary. He was fantastic. And he told me this analogy about how just some people have that it factor. That person that's super motivated, that person that just goes after what they want, they have that it factor. And how some people have it and some people don't. And for a long time, that was the reality that I lived in, is that some people can make it and some people can't. And in finance, as a financial advisor, I saw this all the time because the attrition rate, so meaning people that fell off, that dropped out, that couldn't make it, that quit, was gigantic. I was in this class of 24 of us in this career development right out of college, going to finance. I had a year of sales under my belt, so I was really fortunate. Everybody else, there were 24 of us. There were 2 girls, so that was a very interesting culture right there, and I had to prove myself. And I didn't come from finance. A lot of these other people did. And so I had this learning curve. I had to learn everything in a very short period of time, where a lot of these people went to college for 4 years to get a degree in this. So I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, but I was lucky because I had sales under my belt. So for me, I kind of already had that it factor, and it really put me ahead. For a lot of people though, of those 24, I think there's only 4 people left that are still in finance. I was number 5 and I just left. A lot of people couldn't make it. A lot of people went to other firms because they couldn't run their own offices. I really enjoyed that part, so I was motivated by that freedom. Long story short, people are eagles or people are ducks. And to Gary, this mentor at the time, we were eagles. Everybody else was a duck. And a duck is just somebody that, as much as they want to be an eagle, as much as they flap their wings and try to be free, you can't turn a duck into an eagle. And he told me this. And so when we would have clients come into the office, he would point out to me who the eagles were and who the ducks were. And that was really, I was fascinated by this. But it also made a lot of sense from what I had seen being in sales, being in corporate sales, being in outside sales, and then going into finance, having to see how many people dropped off within their first year. Like right away, half our class was gone. We had to knock on doors. We had to cold call. It was tough to be an eagle in this, okay? But I did it. And so it made a lot of sense to me, like, some people either have it, they have that it factor, or they don't. Now, I completely disagree with this. I think, this is just my opinion, but I think that if you're a duck and you decide that you actually want to become an eagle, you can do it. But all you have to do is give up being a duck. And that is the hard part. And that is where people get trapped. And this is where people get caught up and they think I can't because this is who I am and I'm a duck, the end. And so for a long time, I believed this tale, this analogy of people are eagles or people are ducks. I was an eagle, other people were ducks, and that's why I had drive and motivation, and I couldn't understand for the life of me other people that didn't have it. And so eventually, I became a duck because I was surrounded by them, and I got really burned out, and I stopped having motivation, and I stopped setting goals, and I stopped having things to strive for, and my conversations became very dull, and my conversations became very shallow. And the friends I hung out with, they weren't eagles either. Maybe one of them could have been an eagle, should have been an eagle one day, but they were a lot of ducks. And our conversations were about drinking and partying and just having fun. And I didn't fit in. But I made myself because I was used to being around ducks after a while. Deep down, I guess I'm still an eagle. My question is, what are you? Are you an eagle? And are you surrounded by other eagles? People that inherently have drive, that have motivation, that talk about dreams and goals and vision. Or are you a duck right now? And if you are, there's nothing wrong with that. Knowing where you are right now is what matters. And You can become an eagle any day that you decide you want to, as long as you don't give up. And that is my new stance, and I will draw a line in the sand because I truly believe people can change. If you're a duck, that's fantastic. My question is, do you even want to be an eagle? And I think that's the difference. Some people have the it factor. Some people want the it factor. Some people have no desire to become a person that has the it factor, that becomes good at sales, that put themselves out there, that has these visions. That's just not in everybody, and that's okay. It's getting honest with yourself about what do you want? Who do you want to be with? All answers are good answers as long as they're true to you. And so that's my question really. Are you a duck or are you an eagle? And where do you want to be? Because if you are in the duck state and you're like, I know I have it in me, but I resonate with what you're saying. And maybe I'm just not surrounded by the right people. And I've always felt like maybe I don't fit in for where I'm at right now. And there's more to me. There's more to give. There's more to be. There's more to do. But I don't really know where to go. And I don't really know where to get started. And I felt like this forever. You're not alone. And I want you to know that you truly, truly are not alone. And you don't have to be there forever. You can change and you can decide at any point, I'm going to start to shed these feathers. I'm going to start to spread my wings and I'm going to become the eagle that I know I can be and that has been in me all along. Even though sometimes we forget and we hang out with a lot of ducks. That's okay. The important part is knowing where you start. Something else that brought this full circle to me was my coach. We were talking about that it factor. And he called me and we were talking about why some people, given the same tools, given the same training, given the same everything, some people make it and some people don't. Why? And so I love having these conversations. I love talking about these deeper topics about why psychologically we are all so different and yet we are all so the same. It's incredible the more you learn about it. It really, really is. And so he called me somebody with batteries included. And I was like, that's interesting. So like the Energizer Bunny, you got batteries, they're already in me. You just give me the direction and the training. And this is how I started coaching. I had a sales background. I had business background. I knew finances. I had the tools. I had no idea how to grow a business online. I didn't even know you could have a business online that was legitimate and like be a contractor or have clients hire you. I didn't know this world was real 2 years ago. I really didn't. I needed direction and I had the batteries in me and I just ran off of it. But there are so many people that I run across, and I was here at some point where I didn't have my batteries yet. They weren't in me yet. They weren't included. Now they're included. Now I'm whole. And so the question that we had this conversation yesterday, what do we do with the people that still, they don't have the batteries yet? And this is where we have very different opinions. Because I truly believe if you are a duck with no batteries, you can put your batteries in at any moment and be whole and become an eagle. I really, really know that to be true. I don't think anymore that some people have it and some people don't, and we just categorize people and that's the end of it. If you feel like there's more in you, and all you need is to figure out how to get whole and put your batteries in, you can do anything you want. And so knowing where you start, that's the theme here. Where are you starting right now? Maybe your batteries fell out a long time ago, and all you need to do is figure out how to put them back in so you can power up and run off to wherever you need to be. That's fantastic. That's all that it takes. We all start at different levels and that's okay. It's deciding that you're ready to put your batteries back in that makes all the difference in the world for you becoming whatever it is that you want to become, for you starting the business, for you getting ahead, for you actually changing the trajectory of your life. Or deciding, oh well, my batteries fell out, I guess I'll be here now. And slowly, slowly suffer. That was me. I decided I wouldn't put my batteries back in. Then I found tools, coaching, resources. I found people that powered me up and helped me put myself back together. Then I was a whole human. I was ready to run off and be an eagle again. Where are you at? Where are you starting? And where do you want to go? Those are your journal questions today. I want you to answer that. And maybe you don't want to be an eagle, and that's wonderful too, because you get to decide. That's the whole point of this. We, as creators of our lives, we get to create what we want. Make sure you know what you want. Not what society has told you to want. Not what your parents told you to want. Not what your spouse, your siblings, your boss. What do you actually want? And if you don't have the tools and resources yet, that's okay. What are you going to do about it so that you can go out there and get them, so that you can get your batteries, so that you can spread your wings and you can create whatever you want? That's what I got for you today. Come join me. Come be an eagle. If you need help with your batteries, I got you. I've been there before. I had no batteries. I had no juice. I had no energy left. And I figured out how to put them back in. Reach out to me. Find me on social media. Let's talk about it. I want to collect all the eagles so that we have more of a flock. I don't think they're called flocks now that I'm saying this. Whatever we are, let's find each other, let's motivate each other, and let's soar. That's what I got for you. I will see you next time.